Welcome back to my channel, guys. We're going to be getting into this hair and makeup look today. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that little notification bell so that we get notified anytime that I make a new upload. We're always on some chill vibes over here, so grab a snack, grab a glass of wine, your coffee, tea, whatever would have you. And we're going to go ahead and get straight into this look. Also, thank you so much to ULAHAIR company for sponsoring this video. They sent over this super cute curly wig that I'm going to show you guys how I installed. You guys already know how obsessed I am with curly hair. It's getting really warm here in Miami and very humid, so curly hair for me is definitely like my go-to if I'm not wearing my natural hair. But yeah, so we're going to be getting into this hair install. I'm also going to give you guys all the details on this makeup look, so if you want to see how I got this look from start to finish, then just go ahead and keep on watching. So the hair that I'm going to be using is from ULAHAIR company. They sent over the wig that I'm going to be installing today. This is the wig right here. It's kind of like it looks kind of crazy right now, but that's just because I just finished plucking the frontal part, so like the front right here is kind of fuzzy, so she look kind of crazy right now, but it's gonna look cute in the end, I promise. Like we finna get her together. This is a really cute wig though. It's really hot here in Miami and very humid. That's like the typical weather here, so curly hair is kind of like my vibe for these types of days when it's just like incredibly hot and super humid. Like I don't have time to be, I'm pretty sure I said this in my last video or like the video before that. Straight hair in this weather is just like not, it's just like, especially if you want to curl your hair or wear it in like curls and stuff like that, like it's just not conducive to this type of weather. So curly wigs are definitely like my go-to. So we're gonna go ahead and install this. I'm pretty much gonna be using these same products as I always do, so I'm gonna like kind of fast forward through this. I'm using the Got2b High Insta Hold hairspray to secure the lace. Okay, so I think I'm all done securing this lace, so I'm going to start cutting off all the extra. I'm really hoping this video looks okay when I go back to like export it and upload it to YouTube, because the last video that I put up, for some reason it had, the quality was kind of strange, like it was getting like darker and brighter in some like spots of like the video. So I've been playing around with like my camera settings and everything to see if I can get it closer to what the colors look like in person. And I really like the new settings, but for some reason I think that when I export it, something kind of like happens. I don't know what happens, but the footage, it's like the footage doesn't, I don't know how and why that would happen, but it's like the footage doesn't like keep the settings throughout the entire video. So there'll be parts of the video where it's like brighter, parts where the video where it's like darker. I'm pretty sure it's because of the new camera settings. It requires me to like export it out, the video out differently. And this topic is boring, but I just wanted to let you guys know that I caught it. I saw your comments about like the different quality and stuff like that. I caught it and I think I fixed it. So yeah, anyway, hopefully this video doesn't have that same issue. But yeah, so lace is cut. Dang, I feel like I'm getting, like, see how it's like a little light like over here and stuff? Like over here? That's what the lace tint is supposed to do, but I feel like I forgot to put it on, and I probably thought that I did, but I actually didn't, because yeah, now that I look at it, I'm just like, this isn't right. Instead of using that lace tint, because I don't think that I can use it on top of the lace, I think it's just for like underneath. Where is my little foundation at? So I'm just gonna use some foundation. It's just a little bit of my Fenty foundation, and I'm just gonna add that, just a really, really small amount to the very edge of the lace so it blends in a lot better with my skin. That's 10 times better already. Today's been pretty chill though. I haven't really done, well actually it has been, it's like kind of eventful, but not really. I went to the gym this morning, gym workout was good, and I came home, washed up and everything, did my reading. I've been super into this new book that I've been reading. It's The Laws of Human Nature by Robert Greene. Very good book. He's the same author that wrote the 48 Laws of Power. I remember when I first heard about that book, I was like, evil! I don't know why, but I was so put off by the title of that book. I was just like, man, this must be a book for like some people that are trying to like take over the world or something. It's not that at all. Don't listen to me. I was being like super stupid and stuff. I still haven't read the 48 Laws of Power. Well, I read it, but not all of it. I read like the first couple of chapters, and I didn't get a chance to like finish it, but I might actually go and buy a copy so that way I can read it. I feel like The Laws of Human Nature is definitely more my speed compared to like the 48 Laws of Power. I just feel like I'm getting more out of it. Even though I didn't finish reading the 48 Laws of Power, I just feel like I'm getting more out of this book than I would have gotten out of with the 48 Laws of Power, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? Yeah. But anyway, so that's the book that I'm reading right now. It's really good. I highly recommend. Man, I think I'm on chapter 7. I'm like almost like halfway done with it, but so far it's really, really good. A lot of like valuable information, things that I feel like are definitely useful for me as someone that's like, you know, can be very like sensitive towards like other people's like energy and like emotions and stuff like that. I feel like if you're if you have any sensitivity at all to like people in general, or just want to learn more about people and, you know, human nature, I think it's a good book to pick up. So but yeah, I highly recommend it. It's very, very good. I've been trying to read every day. After I come home from the gym, like my schedule has been like go to the gym, then come home, like read for about an hour or so, and then I'll spend like another hour just doing like journaling and stuff like that, and then I'll get into like work stuff, filming, editing, or whatever I need to do for, you know, work. It's been kind of like the schedule that I've been following for the last like month or so, and it's been working out really, really well for me because I really wanted to start reading more, and I just felt like I didn't have like any time to read. I feel like now that I have like a schedule to kind of go off of, I have time to do like everything that I really, really want to do, which is honestly just journaling and reading. I love putting time aside for those two things because I feel like it just kind of like gears me up for the day, like especially like my reading. I've been reading like things that are a little bit more like insightful and, you know, books that I feel like can help me as far as like personal growth. It just kind of helps me like gear up for the day and like prepare for the day mentally and everything. Things to think about as I'm going about my day and like interacting with people, and, you know, things that I could improve on personally, whether it's me like socializing with people or even just like filming, or how I perceive like certain situations that go on in my life. But yeah, so reading has become super, super important to me, especially like the content that I'm reading. And I'm also reading Sacred Woman. I'll leave like a picture of the book right here. I feel like has been good for me on a spiritual sense. The information in there is very valuable. If you're a woman and you're on like your spiritual journey, like your feminine journey, I highly recommend it. It's a really, really good book to read. Mela Child is the one that kind of put me on to it. She posted it on her Instagram stories, I think, and when I saw it, I recognized the book like instantly because I had seen it somewhere else. Just seeing her read it just kind of really inspired me to just kind of go for it because I just love her content. So I'd highly recommend that you follow her. She's just like, I've never met her before, but she seems like just like the sweetest person ever. She's extremely intelligent. Like, again, I've never met her before. This is just going based off of like what I see like in her videos. She just comes off to me as like an extremely intelligent woman. and I really like appreciate her content. But yeah, she's the one that kind of put me on to Sacred Woman. So if you're looking for just kind of like a guide to, you know, begin, like a place to start when it comes to like your feminine journey, I highly recommend that book. Like, it's really, really good. So in the morning, I go for my workouts. I do my reading for about an hour, and then I journal for about an hour afterward, and then I get into work stuff. So here we are, I'm filming. I'm happy that I finally put myself on a schedule, because I feel like before this, I felt like I was all over the place almost. Like, I felt like I was trying to, you know, do a lot of things, and I just felt like I never had enough time to sit and really enjoy like specific things that I knew I wanted to include in like my day-to-day life. Now I know how much time I have to spend on one thing. Everything has like a designated time slot, so I'm not like, you know, trying to figure out where in the day I can include certain activities that I want to do that I know are gonna, you know, help me improve like personally and stuff. So after reading, I went over to the beach. I took my journal and I journaled there. I just felt really compelled to go to the beach and journal today, because I'll be honest with you guys, like the last couple of days I was just feeling very like, very anxious. I was supposed to film this video on Tuesday, and I had it in my schedule and everything like that to film, you know, this video on Tuesday, but I kept procrastinating it. So on Tuesday, I set up my filming equipment and everything, and when it was finally time for me to start filming, I was just like, I felt like I went into like a weird shell. So on Wednesday, I tried again to film and everything, and the same thing happened. I feel like I like clammed up, and I was just like, what is going on with me? Like, why do I keep feeling this way anytime like I'm ready to film? And I don't know why, but I just felt extremely compelled yesterday to just go to the beach. A couple of weeks ago, I got some news that really like shook me up. And I think what was happening was, instead of like facing those emotions that I was feeling, I was like internalizing it all instead of facing it and trying to figure out a way to, you know, soothe myself in like a healthy way. And I think what was happening was those emotions were basically just kind of like seeping into like day-to-day routines that I would typically be doing on a normal basis, which honestly makes like perfect sense for me. I feel like anytime that I feel myself procrastinating, that's like my cue that something needs to be handled for me internally. Usually when I find myself procrastinating anything, that usually tells me that I'm avoiding something internally or like emotionally. But having that experience yesterday, just going for a walk and listening to the ocean, just being like at peace with my surroundings and everything, it definitely inspired me to go to the beach and do like my journaling there today. So after I did like my reading this morning, I went over to the beach and just sat in the sand and wrote in my journal for a little bit, and it was really nice. Like, it was very sunny outside and stuff. Like, it was definitely a vibe. I feel like there's a certain level of peace that I feel when I'm there, listening to the ocean and the view, obviously. Like, I don't know about everybody else in the world, but I love the way the beaches look here in Miami. Like, I feel like the beaches here are just like gorgeous to me. I'm pretty sure like in other places there are even, the beaches are prettier. Like, my mom always tells me that the beaches in the Dominican Republic, because my mom is Dominican and she was born there actually. She moved to the United States when she was 7. And anytime that I mention the beaches here, she's like, makes sure to remind me, they don't compare it to the beaches in DR. Like, DR has like the best beaches and stuff. I'm like, you know what? I'm not even gonna argue with you because I've never been there, so I couldn't even say. But I do enjoy the way the beaches look here. I feel like here in Miami, the beaches are gorgeous. I think it's one of the things that I've been really enjoying about like this personal journey that I feel like I'm taking right now. Like, finding new things about myself that I probably wouldn't have discovered otherwise. I'm realizing like how much like being outdoors really means to me, like how much I truly enjoy the outdoors, which makes sense honestly when I think about it, because I've always wanted to go camping. Like, camping is something that I've been dying to do since I was like a little kid. I would love to go camping and have like that tent experience, like campfire fire and stuff like that. Like as an adult, I feel like that would be so cool. I don't know. I just truly enjoy like the outdoors. Just having that whole entire experience with like the beach and like seeing how much I love it there, like really made me realize how much I truly love being outdoors. Not even necessarily like outdoors with people, just like being in the middle of nature. So I just finished adding water to this hair. This is pretty much what it's looking like. Sorry if there's like some water on my shirt, it's just because of my hair, but I just want to show you guys these curls real quick. I want to say that this is 30 inches if I'm not mistaken. Let me like pull my shirt in so you can see. There goes my booty. Small but mighty. But yeah, so this does go like up to like my butt, so this hair is super long. I'm gonna go in with the, I really need to figure out how to say this name. It's the Miele or Miel. I hate pronouncing names incorrectly, so let me go ahead and figure this out real quick.
Miel Organics to become one of the
Miel.
hottest and most successful hair care trends out there.
It's Miel. Okay, so I don't know what it is, but I just hate pronouncing people's names wrong. Maybe it's because like growing up people would pronounce my name wrong. You have no idea how many times people have called me Stephanie instead of Tiffany. Like it's just, it annoys me to the max. So I just hate pronouncing other people's names wrong. This is the Rosemary Mint Daily Styling Cream. I love this stuff. I use it in my natural hair when I'm doing like my ponytails and stuff. And I tried it out for the first time on a wig that I was wearing in a previous tutorial, and I love the way that it made the curls look, so we're just gonna go ahead and use that today because it's bomb, and this stuff smells so good. Like all of her products smell so good. Ugh, my sideburn is lifting. No! We're just gonna wrap these edges up. All right, but that's pretty much it for the hair. Once I'm done doing my makeup and everything, I'll know by then like whether or not I'm gonna style this hair or not. I feel like the makeup is kind of like my inspiration for like the hairstyles that I do. So that's the reason why I just do my install and kind of get the install over with and then do my makeup and then figure out like my hairstyle from there. Don't forget that all of the information for the hair is gonna be down below in the description box. Let's go ahead and get into this makeup look. So we're going to start off with some skincare products. I'm using the Versed Weekend Glow Daily Brightening Solution. I've actually been using this product for the last couple of weeks and I really like it. I'm going to use their brightening serum as well after this. These two products together have been really helping with like acne scarring. You guys know like I have like issues with like acne scarring every now and again when my skin like breaks out and stuff, which is like that little dark mark that you see on my nose. It's really annoying, but these products have definitely helped me out as far as like lightening my scars, and they're more brightening products versus lightening, so it's not going to change my complexion overall. It's just going to help bring some glow into the skin. Then moving on to moisturizer, I'm using Charlotte Tilbury's Magic Cream. Honestly, I feel like this moisturizer is just kind of like okay. Like it's not bad, but it's not like, you know, my favorite thing in the world, but it works really great under makeup, so that's the reason why I'm using it today. And then for my eye cream, I'm using one from Peach and Lily. This is their Pure Peach Retinoic Eye Cream. It's really lightweight and kind of like a gel almost formula, so I love using it under makeup as well. So that's it for skincare. I'm going to add my primer now. I'm using the Too Faced Hangover RX primer. I love this primer. It's definitely like newer to me. I haven't used it too many times, but so far I really love it. I just like the fact that it feels kind of like skincare. It's very moisturizing, but I still feel like it holds like the makeup really well, if that makes sense. But yeah, definitely loving this Too Faced primer. I highly recommend, especially if you have dry skin, because it is more on the moisturizing side. Now I'm gonna go in with my foundation. I'm using Fenty Beauty's Soft Matte is that Soft Matte? No, it's Pro Filter Soft Matte Foundation. Is that what it is? Anyway, y'all know what it is. It's this foundation from Fenty. I'm using a mixture of shades 370 and 385. Then for my concealer, I'm using Makeup Forever's Matte Velvet Skin Concealer in shade 4.1. I'm gonna apply this underneath the eyes, the sides of the nose, on the sides of the mouth, the cupid's bow, the chin, basically all the areas that I like to highlight, bring some extra, you know, brightness into the face and everything. And I'm gonna blend that in using the same sponge that I use to apply my foundation. I'm gonna start off blending using the clean side of the sponge, and then once everything is kind of like blending in a little bit better, then I'll flip over to the side that I use to blend out my foundation and just give the edges a little bit of an extra blend. I could have sworn that I cream contoured, but I guess not. So we're gonna jump straight into setting everything with powder now. I'm gonna use the Beauty Bakerie Flower Powder in shade Cassava to set all the areas that I added concealer. This is one of my favorite powders of all time. Like, I love the Beauty Bakerie flower powders. The shades are just perfect and the formula is everything. Like, it literally just makes the skin look so flawless. I love these powders so much. I'm applying today using a powder puff. I'm using a really thin layer of this powder first just to set, and then once everything is kind of blended in, I'll go in with a second layer that's a little bit thicker to snatch the sides of the nose and to bring some extra highlight into the bridge of the nose. I've definitely learned over the years not to bake over a fresh layer of concealer. For me, it always works better to do a light layer of powder first and then go in with my bake. Now we're gonna go in with some bronzer. I'm using the Colored Raine powder bronzer in Cinnabe. I love this bronzer so much. The Colored Raine bronzers are so good, guys. If you get the chance, try them. They are so amazing. Like, I haven't used any other bronzer for the last, like, what, 2-3 weeks now? It's been a minute. Like, I haven't touched any other bronzer except for this one. It's really good. So if you're looking for a new one, definitely check out the Colored Raine ones. Colored Raine is Black owned as well. So yes. It's everything. Then for blush, I'm going to be using none other than the Beige Cosmetics Bellini blush palette. I need to find a new like peachy blush combo. You know what it is? I'm a creature of habit. When I find something that I just really love and it works, in my mind, I'm just like, what's the point of straying towards something else? You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah. I really love this blush palette. You guys know I love peachy blushes, and this one has like an array of peachy toned blushes that I just love. And then using the Milk and Honey highlighting palette from Beauty Bakerie, I'm gonna highlight the nose. I'm adding that on to the bridge, the tip, and the sides of the nose like I normally do. You guys already know I'm not really into highlighting like my cheeks anymore. I pretty much just highlight my nose and call it a day. Once I have my highlighter on, I like to go in with my little freckle makeup product from Freck Beauty and apply my beauty marks. Some of these places I actually have like natural beauty marks there, and then other places are just kind of like spots where I have an acne scar or, you know, a blemish, and you know, I just want to pretend for a moment that they are not there, that they don't exist. So I apply a beauty mark on top of it to disguise it. And then I'm going to move into brows. I'm actually testing on a new brow product from Huda Beauty. These are the #Balm Brows Micro Shade Brow Pencil, and I'm using shade number 5. These are probably the thinnest brow pencils I've ever used, and I absolutely love them. Especially for the front of the brow, they just give you like that perfect faux brow hair effect that I love. And then to set the brow hairs in place, I'm using the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. Once the brows are done, I'm going to move into eyes. I'm using the Be Perfect Perfect Prime eyeshadow base to prep the eyes for shadow. I'm buffing that in using a brush and just making sure to blend it in well into the concealer that I have around it. The first shadow that I'm using is from the Ace Beauté Blossom Passion palette. I'm gonna use the shade called Seduction and start shaping out like the shape of the eye look that I'm going to do today. So we're going for a winged cut crease type of look. So I'm going to start off at the outer corner applying this color and just kind of drag it into a winged shape. So that way when I go in with my other transition colors, I already know like which way to blend and everything like that. Like the shape is already mapped out. So I'm not like trying to figure out like how to blend my other colors, if that makes sense. Then to blend the edges of Seduction, I'm going in with the shade Love, which is a really cute hot pink from the same palette. I'm making sure to use a slightly fluffier brush for this color so that way I get that really smooth blend. This is a Morphe M506. You guys know this is like one of my go-to brushes for eye looks and stuff. The M506 and the M507 are definitely like my go-tos. They're super small but still have a little bit of fluffiness to them, so it works really well to blend out detailed eyeshadow looks. Then for my last transition color, I'm using the Sample Beauty Painters palette by Beth Painter. I'm taking the shade Bon Bon, which is a really cute pink as well, and that's going to be the last like crease color that I use to blend out these eyeshadows. Again, I'm using a Morphe M506 separate from the M506 I use to apply Love from the Blossom Passion palette. I always like to use separate brushes for each eyeshadow so that way I can go back and forth between both brushes to get that really smooth blend. At this point, all we're going to do now is cut the crease and then make sure to blend that outer corner into the lid space. I'm using the same primer that I used to prep the eye originally, so the Be Perfect Prime eyeshadow base to cut my crease. And the brush that I'm using is a paintbrush that I actually got from Hobby Lobby. It's either Hobby Lobby or Michaels, but any paintbrush I think in this size will do. I like to use this brush particularly to cut the crease because they maintain their shape really well, so you get really clean lines with them. So the crease is cut. Now it's time to add our lid shadow and those outer corner colors. I'm using the Artist Couture Ethereal Bloom palette, and with the shade Poppy, I'm going to place that onto the lid. It has like a little cute like metallic type of shimmer to it, but I definitely wanted to add some glitter on top to kind of give it like, you know, a little extra something. So, but the color by itself is still really cute. I just wanted to do a little bit of extra something with the lid space. I'm just going to go back in with those same crease colors onto the outer corner. So I'm using Bon Bon, Love, and a little bit of that shade Seduction from the Blossom Passion palette to blend out that outer corner into the lid. For the lower lash line, I'm going to use this eyeliner from LA Girl as like a base for my eyeshadow that I'm going to place there. I think this is their Neon Shockwave liner if I'm not mistaken. I'm not like too familiar with the shade name, but I'll make sure to put that information down below in the description box. So I'm going to add a little minty eyeshadow on top of it. This is the shade Angelic, and it's from the same Ethereal Bloom palette from Artist Couture. Right after that, I'm going to add some cute little blue rhinestones and add that to the lash line as well. I just did 3, so 1 in the center and then 2 on either side. I added a little dot of lash glue onto the place where I want to apply them first, and then I just like stuck them on right on top of it. And then I'll go in with my mascara. This is the Maybelline Sky High mascara, and we're going to add that to the lower lashes and the top lashes as well to prep for our false lashes. And for my false lashes today, I'm using a pair from CrvstalLashes. These are in the style Daredevil. And then last step for the eyes, I'm just going to add my glitter. The glitter that I'm using, I don't know the shade name, but it comes in a set with other glitters. These are from Bolive Beauty from Beauty by Melissa on Instagram, and the set that I have here is the Diamond Collection. So I just use the lightest pink shade from that set along with the NYX glitter glue to stick it onto the lid. I'm lining the lips today using some new pencils from Huda Beauty as well. These are the Lip Contour 2.0 lip liners, and I'm going to start off with Warm Brown. It's the lighter of the two. Then using the shade Rich Brown, I'm going to use that shade to deepen the contour. Then to fill in the lips, I'm going to use the Huda Beauty liquid lipstick in shade Crush. I'm going to apply just a small amount onto the center and then use my ring finger to blend that into the lip liner. I had no intention of going out after this, so I'm gonna add a lip gloss. If I was going out, then I would just leave the lips matte because, you know, we gotta wear a mask outside and lip gloss, masks are just like, you know, not cool together. So, but because I honestly just had like a date with my couch after this, I was just like, you know what, I really want to try this cute little lip gloss combo that I came up with a few days ago. So we're just gonna test it out with this look. So I'm using the Too Faced Lip Injection glosses in Just a Girl and Pretty Pony to add like a cute little pink tone to the lips. And then finally, I'm going to add my setting spray. I'm using one of my favorites. This is the Beauty Bakerie Sweet Grace setting spray, and I'm going to dry that down using my fan. So this is pretty much the finished look. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and keep the hair in like a side part. I was thinking about styling it, but after I was done with the makeup, I just figured, you know what, let me just keep it in a side part today. Keep it simple with the hair since we have a lot going on with like the makeup and everything. I'm definitely getting like tropical Barbie vibes from this look. Anytime that I see hot pink and like the shade of blue together, I always get like Barbie vibes. I love this little top too. This is actually a scarf that I got while thrift shopping, and it has like these super cute like rhinestones on one side. So this is pretty much the full look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more, and don't forget to let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you, and hopefully I will see you in the next one.